You heard of this guy?
No.
Post Malone or whatever?
Okay.
He sucks. You know Post Malone? Trash.
Whoa.
Well, what?
Do you know who you are?
The best times rappers and singers went undercover to surprise fans. Join me as I show you some singers and rappers who went undercover for their fans. Be sure to give the video a like and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on another King Trending video. Number 6. Chance the Rapper, Lyft. If you somehow don't know, Lyft is a driving service where people every day can ask for a ride from someone approved by Lyft service after a background check and other proofs of being able to drive. And they allow them to get all around the city, the state, and other areas in order to get to where they need to go. It's a very good service, and they know how to make people smile, so they decided to put some singers behind the wheel to be their driver for the day. And one of those people just so happened to be Chance the Rapper. Now, as he was uncovered, he didn't announce himself as Chance the Rapper as he drove around Chicago. He went by his real name, John. Now, as a good driver should, I've driven Uber once, so I can attest for this, Chance the Rapper engages with his riders, from asking basic questions from where they're from, talk about his dreams in life, and even drops subtle hints that he is in fact Chance the Rapper, like saying, everybody takes a chance, or things of that nature. Eventually, though, he tailors through the conversation to music and lets them talk about Chance the Rapper eventually. Some of them don't even take the bait right away, and yet some of them understand what's going on eventually, especially when he straight up takes off some of his undercover gear and reveals himself to them. One of the best, though, is when one of the people who comes into the car recognizes him instantly.
Whoa.
Well, what?
Do you know who you are?
It doesn't understand what's happening. Even asking Chance the Rapper, do you know who you are? Sometimes it's the simplest of things that make it worthwhile, don't you think? Number 5. Post Malone. You're gonna see a lot of Lyft driving stories here, but to change it up a little bit, let's talk about Post Malone and a little prank he decided to do for some music lovers. For you see, he decided to go undercover at a music store and as one of the employees, try to give people suggestions on music. You know, what could possibly go wrong? But first, some backstory. He teamed up with Omaz to try to get some money raised for a good cause. And in return, one lucky person will get a new, shiny black Bentley, which is a very expensive car brand if you didn't know. And even if you didn't win, you get to see him go undercover at a record store. Now, not so ironically, Post Malone is a bit hard to undercover, not because of his voice or per se even his face, but because he has a lot of tattoos on his body, which would have been hard to do in a record store in the state that he was in. He likely would have been spotted. In fact, the first person he tries to prank directly calls him out and notes that the tattoos are a giveaway.
Are you Post Malone?
No, well, you got me already.
What do you mean you got me already? You can't walk around with those tattoos and not
this is the
be
disguise.
invincible.
Nice try, Post Malone. But eventually he does go around and talks to people who don't even know who he is immediately, and all but tries to convince them not to listen to Post Malone or various other artists, but mainly himself.
You heard of this guy?
No.
Post Malone or whatever?
Okay.
He sucks. You know Post Malone? Trash. You wanna buy this? We're trying to get rid of it because it sucks.
Post Malone.
I'll give it to you half off.
It sucks.
It's so bad.
What's funny here is that people believe him. Or when they talk about hip-hop music, they note that they don't understand it. One of the best interactions, though, is when he surprises a kid who somehow knows his music. Which, you know, you could blame the parent for it, but whatever.
I like listening to Better Now by Post Malone.
Oh, that's a great song. People say I look like him a lot if you take my stuff off.
And of course, when his time is done, he goes full Post Malone and ditches the record store in hilarious fashion.
You're gonna fire me? I didn't want to work here anyways. Ever heard of a smartphone? You don't need this record. I'm out.
Still, it's a fun time, and Post Malone really is having a good time doing this. So you never know, he might do it again in the future in another cause that he wants to help raise money for. Number 4. DJ KHALED. Heading back to the world of Lyft, DJ KHALED decided to get behind the wheel and try to be a driver for people for a while. This time he did it in his own town of New York City. As the video starts out and shows, though, he kind of has a hard time blending in, which isn't too surprising because he has a very recognizable voice and look, even when he's wearing a very basic shirt and shorts and says his name is Billy. As KHALED says, icon alert. But that didn't harm the experience. In fact, the people that recognized him instantly likely had an even better time with him because of the fact that they didn't have to hide behind a disguise. And if you got to be in a car with your favorite music artist, wouldn't you want to talk to him or her openly and not have some awkward conversations that a Lyft driver can often bring? Yeah, that's what I thought.
How's everything? I like the hat. I like the hat.
Oh my God.
What's your name? around.
Mine is Billy.
No, it's not.
Anyway, there are people who didn't recognize KHALED, and so much like Chance the Rapper, he had regular conversations with the writers, who didn't know him instantly, and also dropped hints about who he was, including saying words like keys, or dropping names of his own songs and such, or dropping lyrics from his own beats, that kind of thing.
I'm a locksmith.
Okay.
I got all the keys to everything. Key is not to get in a car accident.
But what I appreciate mostly about this is that DJ KHALED is clearly having fun with his writers, talking about pets they've wanted when they were kids, making them be high on life by screaming woo as they make tight turns, and that kind of thing. One of the women even complimented his beard and asked if he used special beard oil. Some pretty priceless moments. And even that, the woman admits that DJ KHALED is a little too dramatic for her. And so when he reveals himself to her, it's really great. So check it out in full for yourself and enjoy the hilarity that ensues. Number 3, Maroon 5. Maroon 5. This is a group that really has stuck around for some time despite changing landscapes. So leave it to Jimmy Fallon to put them in a situation that no one was expecting. For you see, the legendary and hilarious late night show host decided to dress up Adam Levine and James Valentine of Maroon 5 as bearded men, with Jimmy of course joining the fun, because how could he not? And put these guys under the Rockefeller Center via the 54th Street subway and do a live performance. But while they sang Maroon 5 songs, no one knew they were Maroon 5 because of the well done disguises. Even Jimmy Fallon got in on the singing and playing action by doing a harmonica. But the true fun of this is that they were actually singing as themselves, and even doing their hit song Crazy Little Thing Called Love, they were actually drawing in quite a crowd. And it only grew as people started to hear Levine's voice. So it grew and grew, and people were really getting into it.
Gotta be cool, relax.
It's important to remember that these are New Yorkers, and they hear people singing in the subway all the time. So for them to stop and listen to this while they're going about their days, it's pretty cool. But hey, when you hear a good voice, how can you not stop and listen? And they did listen, and they had fun. And they were tapping to the beat and getting into the song and more. It was just a great time. Eventually, they dropped the act.
Say hello, my name is Jimmy Fallon, and this is Maroon 5!
And to the much joy of the people, they then performed a full-on song as Maroon 5 plus Jimmy Fallon. And of course, the crowd loved every minute of it, as they should have. Just goes to show to you that you never know what's going to happen that day until it happens. Number 2, Bon Jovi. Okay, I know Bon Jovi isn't a rapper, but this was too good to pass up because it's freaking Bon Jovi. This man has sold millions upon millions of records, has won many awards, and has many iconic songs from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. In fact, even if you go to the youngest of kids, you'll likely hear them admit that they know Bon Jovi in one form or another. So what happens when the Bon Jovi goes and entertains people at a karaoke bar? Greatness. That's what happens. Freaking greatness. It's glorious. Now, he didn't exactly go and do this willy-nilly though, which would have been just as glorious. Rather, he went and teamed up with Omaz at a charity event. He was raising money for his Bon Jovi Soul Foundation, and the winners getting the chance to bring themselves to a weekend concert show with Bon Jovi himself, and if they wanted to, they would go sing with him during one of his sound checks. All I could think of is, how did I miss this opportunity? Anyway, to help sell the event, he went undercover at a karaoke bar to surprise some fans, and they did it in a really incognito way. You see, they did it by putting Bon Jovi as one of the bartenders, and naturally had various Bon Jovi songs pop up during the playlist and waited for people to start singing. And they did, because, you know, it's Bon Jovi. And as the songs go on, he waited for them to botch his lyrics. And when they did, he would go and help them, with them not even realizing that they were singing with Bon Jovi.
No, no, no. I'm a cowboy. Like that. On a steel horse.
Naturally, he showed himself to be himself at the end and got some pretty freaking awesome reactions. Let this be a lesson to you all. If a bearded band starts to sound like Bon Jovi, it's probably Bon Jovi. Number 1, BIEBER Fever. Alright, I'm cheating again, but this one is really cool, even if you don't like Justin Bieber. For you see, Bieber had just released a new album, and he decided to celebrate with some of his fans by actually joining them in their Lyft ride. And for those of you wondering, this is actually illegal via the Lyft rules, but hey, you know, what are you gonna do? And so, Justin introduces himself, and the fun began, allowing the fans to truly interact with him and talk about all sorts of things, and singing the music along the way.
What's up? Who is this?
Justin, listen.
What do you mean? How's it going?
You know for sure that these fans are gonna be talking about this till the day they die. And I mean, how many of us can say that we rode in the car with a singer like Justin Bieber? Even better, he wasn't even driving, so he could focus on the fans entirely as they went around naturally, and it was the girls who were most shocked about Bieber being in the car with them. And one of them even said, "I'm shaking."
I'm Tiana. Oh my god, I'm like shaking.
Which is Bieber fever in action. So you know, it's just a really cool thing. And if Bieber did this more often, he likely wouldn't be in trouble so much. And that's gonna do it for our video. So what do you guys think of these rappers and singers who went undercover to make some fans very happy? Who do you think did the best with their fans? Who also played it the coolest undercover? Also, which one was your personal favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe to King Trending, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey, just a reminder that we're changing up the giveaways. From now on, we're offering the Galaxy Note 9, the one that comes with the exclusive Fortnite skin, the new iPhone X Max, which we'll pre-order for you, and the new Apple Watch Series 4, which we'll also pre-order for you. The winner gets to decide between these three. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, drop a like, and comment the hidden message in the video for a chance to win. You got nothing to lose. Go for it.